Hi everyone, I'm Lee Sankey, and today we are continuing on the tongue blocking series that I've been discussing and building on the exercise we went over last week, which is all about how to tongue block single notes instead of lip pursing them. And I went over several exercises about how you can start to tongue block single notes and a very simple riff to go through. Today what we're going to do is we're going to be building on that riff, which was on the draw 4, blow 5, blow 6, and then the key thing is how to then link that to the lip pursing techniques that you already have and start to be able to take those steps towards integrating a bit of tongue blocking into your harmonica playing. So that's what today is all about. So really you need to be at the stage where you can do the things that we were talking about in the first exercise. So that is to be able to produce a clean note, tongue blocked. And then I went through this very simple 3-note phrase, draw 4, blow 5, blow 6. So up and then down. And also I did a variation where you were going 4, blow 5, blow 6, back to the draw 4. Now if you can do that, you're ready to move on to the next stage. So we're going to be doing two things today. We're going to be, but both are around bonding and integrating lip pursing on the draw 3, draw 2, draw 1 with tongue blocking from the 4 upwards, and really creating that bond, that link around the draw 3, draw 4 interface is the key, and it's kind of how I learned. And I think from there you'll rapidly see how you can actually start mixing between the two. And further on down the line, if you want to start tongue blocking as I do, right across, up and down the harp, both sides of your tongue, that can come later, but these are the kind of the first steps. So what we're going to do is create this link. So we're going to be doing two exercises. The first one, what we're going to do is it's lip pursing on the draw 3 up to the draw 4 through a bend, and then just continuing that riff up. So you're going draw 3, half step bend, up to the draw 3, no bend, the major third, lip pursed as you would do normally, and then you're going to tongue block the 4. So it's going to sound like this. So that draw 4 is tongue blocked. So what you're doing is, if you are already working on doing, and you can also do the bit of that tongue slap where the breath starts before the tongue makes a connection, you can do this technique. You're ready for it because you're taking a bend on the draw 3 and you're just making that connection. So you're going draw 3, half step bend, up to the major third, and then tongue blocking the 4. Do, do, boop, like that. Now you need to practice that so that tongue block note comes in clean. And doing that, you'll feel and start to see some of the benefits of tongue blocking with the different ways you can connect and fire that note, rapidly. Now, once you're able to do that, you can simply carry on the phrase that I explained up to the draw 6 and then back down. So you've got a kind of scale which is part lip pursed and part tongue blocked. So you're going draw 3, half step bend, up to the 3 major third, draw 4, blow 5, blow 6. Sounds like this. And you can also play with it as those last 3 notes as octaves. So again, that's a good thing to practice. And go up and go down. So you're going. Yeah. So, but that draw 3 is lip pursed as you would normally where you're comfortable. So you can see where this is going now. What we can then do is we can add the draw 2 in there. So we're going up a whole octave. So we're going from draw 2 up to the blow 6 with this scale. So the first 2 notes are lip pursed, and then so you go draw 2, draw 3, half step bend, up to the major third, no bend on the draw 3, and then you do the tongue block connection and then carry on, back down, and then reverse it. So you're going Again, play it so you've got it with confidence. But the key bit is the transition between the draw 3 and the draw 4. So spend a lot of time just working on that. And you can do it as a smooth bend, obviously, or you can do it as a... There's lots of ways you can hit that, and down. And when you're coming up and down, you can then start to use it for, you know, improvising and in your licks very quickly. You know, that last part of the phrase on the draw 3, draw 2, you can do what you already do because you're lip pursing, you're confident with that. So you can connect as you would, but you're drawing confidence with the tongue blocking higher up. So that's the first exercise, which is really, really important. The next thing that we can do is we can add a little bit of rhythm here. So you're anchoring yourself, lip pursing, around the draw 2, and then you can use the tongue block phrase from the draw 4, blow 5, blow 6, and the full scale that we just did, the draw 2, draw 3, 4, blow 5, blow 6, to get a kind of, you know, a solo piece going. So you might go... So that's very sort of swing related. That's a lick, a riff that Paul Lamb uses a lot, for example. And this is a great way of getting into that sort of swing style, or a style where you're backing yourself and you want to keep a rhythm going and play at the same time. And what you should feel is the way that you can connect to those notes, tongue blocking, but you're still anchoring yourself, lip pursing. So once again, so you've got... So just to clarify, I'm lip pursing the 2, I'm also lip pursing the 3. And you can also probably hear there that you can start play with that bend up to the draw 4 and try and make it swing in the way you play with the timing. Okay, so there we have a way of linking your tongue blocking to your lip pursing. Now we can then extend that to talking about the way that you can attack tongue blocking notes. So another variation on that is to miss out the draw 3 and have that riff on the just on the draw 2. So I'm just doing the draw 2, blow 2 in a riff like that, and then just attack the draw 4, blow 5, blow 6 phrase. And what you'll find is, if you compare that to the way you do it lip pursing, if you've got that single note embouchure tongue blocked down properly, you'll be able to connect in a different way. Not necessarily a better way, but a different way. I personally think it's better, but horses for courses. So what this would sound like is you've got... And of course, what you can do here is you've got a number of variables that you can start to play with to get your own sort of take on it and your own variations. You can play that phrase with octaves, you can play it with single notes, and you can switch between the two. Single notes, octaves, etc. You can also play around with how that note comes in on the 4 and the 5 and the 6. So you have that thing where you're breathing in, the breath starts, and then the tongue comes in. A split second afterwards, you get a feel for it. And that adds another dimension which you could do on the draw and the blow. So here you've got another way of you're anchoring yourself with your lip pursing, and then you are bringing in the tongue blocking. Now this is very, very, very important aspect, what I'm going to say here. Now, the way to think about this is it's much the same way that every instrument has its own challenges in terms of getting around and maneuverability. So if you think about the piano, you have this, you know, tremendous layout and span of different octaves, and you only have sort of 5 fingers that you're, with one hand obviously, that you do these runs. And a key thing when you're learning jazz piano is the way that you position your hand to make these seamless licks which just roll all the way up, and the way that the thumb and the fingers need to work together to make those transitions seamless. Now this is the same kind of thing, whereby you're anchoring yourself in such a way that you're almost comping with two aspects of your mouth. So you're able to anchor yourself, almost doing like the comping hand, lip pursing, like a piano, and then you're throwing in these phrases tongue blocked. So you're able to anchor yourself and comp and move around. That's a very, very, very important aspect of playing the harmonica, I think. And so when you've got, you know, more advanced stuff where, you know, you've got the... It's all about having that low end anchoring and then throwing in... So you're mixing between the two. So as a concept, I like to think of it like, you know, much like you're comping on a piano and you're throwing in these licks which are tongue blocked. Now I'll be tongue blocking all of that normally, but I started and learned using a combination of lip pursing and tongue blocking. So I hope that's sort of taken things on a big step. So you've got those two exercises which bonds the lip pursing that you can already do around the 1 to 3 holes with the tongue blocking single notes that you learnt last week, and you know the variations that you can do with tongue slaps and with the octaves and the single notes. And if you work on that, and if you really work on that draw 3, draw 4 lip purse to tongue block transition, you'll be able to create that bond, and you'll be able to move up and down using that scale. And you'll be linking the two. And obviously you can also experiment with using the draw 5 instead of the blow 5, and that will make it a bit more bluesy. So play around with it. I hope that makes sense. Next time we're going to be taking things up another level with a couple of little twists, and then eventually we're going to start talking about how to do bends, tongue blocking. But before you get that, you need to be able to do what I've just talked about. Hope that's useful, and drop me a line, and see you again soon. Thanks.